How many?
Hello and welcome. You're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation portal. And I'm Ishan. And today we're talking about electronic voting machines. Yes, EVMs. The big election of 2014 is just about to kick off. So the EVMs would be used, and there'll be about 1 million polling booths across this country to get your vote in. But how safe is that vote? That's a question that's arisen over the past couple of days. It's been going around for some time now, though. But why is it? Why are we talking about it today? Well, in Jorhat in Assam, there's a EVM machine that is only voting for one party. Which party is that, and why is that happening? Let's take you through that. Alright, so the electronic voting machine votes only in favor of BJP irrespective of other buttons being pressed. Controversies about technical and other fault lines of EVMs have been discussed far and wide, with even politicians like Subramaniam Swamy and LK Advani talking about it. So finally, they seem to be vindicated, although a bit strangely. It was during a mandatory mock poll that polling officials stumbled upon this particular EVM. Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi has filed a written complaint to the State Election Commission. Gogoi has accused the opposition party of tampering with the electronic machine. Assam Chief Election Officer, however, said that the machine was defective and they have changed it. So, the EVMs, are they good? Are they safe? Are votes safe with the electronic voting machine and this method? What is your view? You too can join in this conversation. You can hashtag India Post Live to your tweets to join in the conversation. Also go on to indiapostlive.com. Well, that's the name of the website, and post your comments over there. Joining me in the studio is J. Gopikrishnan. He's a senior journalist, lead correspondent with the Pioneer newspaper. And for many of you who don't know, he's the one who broke the 2G scam.
I wrote a lot.
He wrote a lot, and as has been attributed.
It happened. So
Yes, it happened coincidentally
by.
by.
I never say I broke. I wrote a lot.
All right, you wrote a lot, but then we know what happened as far as the 2G scam. So he's been talking about EVMs for some time now. We also have Mr. Jaydeep Chokar who is joining us. He's with the Association of Democratic Reforms, and he's the former dean of IIM Ahmedabad and has worked extensively as far as the safety and security of the electronic voting machines go. So first I'll start with you, Gopi. As far as the EVMs go, how safe are they? Simple first basic question.
See, this is a process. Our country is only 65-year-old democratic process only. We are evolving through a lot of process. Earlier we have paper ballot system. Then we come out with these machines, which is now proved to be faulty in so many occasions. And Election Commission itself admitted to the court, Supreme Court, in the case of Subramaniam Swamy, they agreed it can be manipulated. In particular cases like Shivaganga electoral doubtful victory of P. Chidambaram, there is an allegation which is still in the courts, like data entry operators can be manipulated. It all depends on the person who does. So now in the Supreme Court also, there we have arrived at a conclusion. We are not reversing this machine. Now the latest technology is VVAPT, Voter Verifiable Slip. This current machine, there are a lot of lacunae. It is against the IT Act. You just press, but you have no receipt. That itself is illegal in the IT Act itself. When Election Commission was cornered in the Supreme Court, they admitted. So now came the latest technology is VVAPT. When you press a button, a slip will come, and voter can see which party he voted. So he can verify whether he has voted. And slip he cannot take back to his home. Slip will be deposited in a box. So whenever problems come, this slip can be calculated. And this slip will be kept 1 year. And entire India's rules has to be changed. That means all election related cases has to be settled in 1 year. Now this election related cases, look at the case of Shivaganga. It's a classic case. It is not yet decided.
Yes, and
it is still in the trial stage. So these machines, and one more than all these said and done things, these machines chip is from Japan, and Japan is not at all using this machine.
All right.
They are sending to India and they are not using, and none of the developed countries are using. This machine, you can say, somewhat like a jugaad kind of material. It can be manipulated and it can be faulty also.
All right, we'll get in Professor Chalker's view as far as this one is concerned. What would you say, sir, about the EVMs and the voting process?
You see, EVMs have now been used for quite a while. There are a couple of points that Mr. Gopi Chandran, if I get his name right, has said.
Gopi Krishnan.
Sorry?
Gopi Krishnan.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Gopi Krishnan. My apologies.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Number one, he says that it is faulty and it is going to be improved with the paper verifiable trade. That is correct. It is going to have a paper verifiable trade. But so far the experience with electronic voting machine, as I have seen, is that they are quite robust. They are not manipulable. And the major problem that international literature finds with electronic or online voting is that this voting goes through the web and the internet. These machines are actually standalone machines. Therefore, no person can manipulate it once they have been sealed. I only wish you had got somebody from the Election Commission to defend the system. I am not a spokesperson for the Election Commission. Therefore, I may not do a very good job of it. Obviously, every machine can be improved. And this may sound like a hyperbole, but you know, a space shuttle also crashed. In lakhs and lakhs of machines that are used, if one machine has been found faulty, I don't think there is cause of concern. The other thing is about the Chidambaram case in the courts, which is an election petition. The Representation of People Act says that an election petition should preferably be completed within 6 months or within 1 year. But we have been party to several election petitions. It is a big problem. Election petitions are not completed in the stipulated time, and it applies to hundreds of election petitions, which is all wrong. I agree, no election petition should go on beyond 1 year. Otherwise, after 4.5 years, it becomes infructuous. So, to imply, and Mr. Gopi Krishnan will pardon me for saying so, to imply that Chidambaram's case is unique, he has been kept in office because he is who he is, I certainly wish his case had been decided early, like all other cases. Now the Supreme Court has given an order that all criminal cases against politicians, which incidentally an election petition is not a criminal case, should be decided within 1 year. We have serious issues with the judicial system, which is also being manipulated by the politicians. I have absolutely no hesitation. I will not defend any politician. But I think EVMs are attacked by every losing party in every election. In the state assembly elections over the last 10-12 years that I have been observing the situation, the losing party says EVMs are faulty. The same party, when it wins in the next election, it says EVMs are all right. So I think all of us have to think about how can we improve this system, and why the US is not using the system is because that is internet based. And we don't have to follow anybody, we have to evolve our own system.
Right.
My understanding from the media is a lot of countries are buying these EVMs. So I think I will not say the system is 100% foolproof, but EVMs have certainly very significantly reduced, if not eliminated, the muscle power that politicians used to use. Booth capturing has actually disappeared. If somebody says that now we are on EVM capturing mode, I have no answer to that, because I don't think EVMs can be captured or manipulated.
A little bit of a contrarian point of view from what you're saying.
I agree, the professor said. We are in an evolving system. This booth capturing has collapsed after this EVMs. Now we have to, EVMs is not at all a foolproof system. Now we have to go to the entire process, even life and democracy are always subject to changes.
Right.
Now VVAPT, that's in Supreme Court case, Election Commission agreed, central government agreed. 1 year ago, Election Commission said that If we get some 3,000 crores, just 3,000 crores is a pittance. You can attach this VVPAT machines. But you know the case, it gets delayed and delayed. And now, previous Delhi Assembly election, Delhi Assembly, they use the VVAPT. And in this election also, some 20,000 booths they are using VVAPT. Let us hope this government, political parties, and election commission. Election commission also actually.
But I'll just go back a little bit in time, and there was a very famous case of Mr. Hari K. Prasad, if I remember correctly. He was arrested for getting an EVM, but he'd proven that that can be manipulated. Was it just over the internet, or was it actually you can
Hari
manipulate
Prasad's
that?
case was very right, and election commission shown it all might, because they didn't like what Hari Prasad's findings, and they went ahead with Hari Prasad with the power of the state, and he was arrested and other thing. But now election commission, Supreme Court, they approved, they agreed, they have no choice. This machine can be made manipulative. So it is not that everybody can manipulate.
If you can, perhaps how would that process be, if you have any clue?
Because as far as in Chidambaram's case, Jayalalitha's allegation was, let me say it is Jayalalitha's allegation, means opposite party, AIDMK's allegation was, once Chidambaram lost the election, and there were scrolls were going on, Chidambaram lost for some, is trailing or, and he left. Then people say some deals were happened. Then again recounting happened. Jayalalitha's allegation was the data entry operators were manipulated and they changed the data. Data meant to the opposite candidate Raja Kannappan were taken to Chidambaram's account.
Okay.
Because data is means those who pressed. This data can be, that's an allegation. It is still not proven or anything. And now these things, if voter verifiable slip is there, if you have any problem at the recounting stage itself, you can count this verifiable slips. And these are all allegations, and the people, but anyway, Chidambaram's electoral victory is a doubtful case.
All right, interesting point you make over there. Sir, would you agree with that? That as far as till the voter slip format does not become all pervasive, there will still be a lingering doubt in every political party. I remember after the 2009 election, Mukhtar Nawaz Naqvi had come out and said immediately, as soon as the BJP started losing, that the EVMs were rigged. Now this time this story is saying that the BJP is rigging EVMs this time around.
So that I agree with the professor, because every loser can accuse. We cannot shoot everybody.
Then that's the whole point, that as long as there is doubt in one's mind, as long as something is suspect, and that, as far as this election and such a vitriolic, vociferous election, Professor Shokar, that it really begs the question that till the backup is not there, is it fair to only go by one methodology as far as the EVMs are concerned?
No, to answer the specific question, EVMs are not perfect, and as I tried to suggest, that no method is perfect or can be perfect. If we have the paper verifiable trail, and if the paper verifiable trail is going to be counted in every single election, in every single constituency, we might as well throw these EVMs in the ocean and go back to the paper ballot. Now, the doubts will always remain and linger in somebody's mind. I have no greater faith in Chidambaram than I have in Jayalalitha, or I have equal lack of faith in both of them. So therefore, the problem that I have, and the difficulty in accepting that the EVMs are faulty and totally manipulable, is that why is it that every time the losing party complains? Congress has also complained against EVMs. And the election commission is made the villain of the peace when election commission and Supreme Court, in the 13 years that we've been doing this work, every time election commission and the Supreme Court come up with an improvement, all political parties become unanimous in stopping that. In the EVMs, they cannot become unanimous because one party wins and another party loses. So the losing party say they are wrong. And if the same party is losing in another state or winning in another state, their view is different. So this inconsistency of the political establishment is what is baffling. Election Commission is not, and I say this with as much full confidence that I have, in the 13 years that I have seen the election commission working, mercifully there are 3 election commissioners and they have always taken balanced decisions. There is no vested interest of anybody, but for one party to keep yelling that electronic voting machines are defective, okay, let's throw them out, go back to the paper trail. It will take us 3 months to conduct the election. We need to be thinking of how to improve the system. Verifiable trail, paper verifiable trail has been put in, it has been tried, it is going to be tried in more constituencies, it may be given in all constituencies. But my concern, my friends, is that if paper verifiable trail is going to be required to be counted in every booth, every constituency, in every election, we might as well go back to the paper voting and we'll do the same thing. Booths will be captured, the polling boxes will be transported on elephants and camels and horses and so on. And then it'll take 3 months. If that is what we want, we can do that. Or we can improve the electronic voting machines. I would personally vote for improving the electronic voting machines.
All right, Mr. Joker, interesting points you make over there as far as even the paper trail is concerned. We'll leave it at that with you, and we hope to have you join in the conversation more often. Of course, you can come in with your views. You, the viewer, can come in with your views. Thank you very much, Mr. Joker. But you, the viewer, can come in with your points of view as far as electronic voting machines are concerned. There have been some tweets that have been coming in. Vishal Sehgal has written in that since the EVMs have been rigged already, BJP doesn't want to release a manifesto. It would rather be a Modi festo. So perhaps he's linking the fact that the BJP not willing to release a manifesto.
No answer, because he has made up his mind already, so we cannot answer for him.
No, but as far as the political parties go, I mean, it's convenient for them to at least have something to blame at the end of the day for the laws, isn't it?
Yesterday's issue, BJP cannot be blamed because Assam Congress is ruling and everywhere Congress machinery is there, and that machine was faulty and somebody put it there.
But then I'm scared. The point is, if I go vote, and one vote can be critical. I remember C.P. Joshi lost the last election by one vote, and he and his family didn't vote.
It happens. It happens. These are all the faulty machines. Now, see, we cannot blame everybody because this is a system we have to. We are only 65-year-old democracy, and we have to change it.
Globally, is there a foolproof system?
No, we have to. Because you cannot, some people will say American system, but the American system is only one ballot and that is for a post of president. In India, it is not. I am from New Delhi East, you may be from New Delhi West, somebody from, so we have 543 ballots. So that system is different. And this paper verifiable, this new approved thing is VVAPT. At least by next 2019 election, let us hope VVAPT will be attached to everything, because otherwise this machine has a problem with IT Act. In IT Act you need a receipt, there is no receipt, and if I say I vote for this party and after pressing your roll is over and it cannot be verified.
So the EVM, let me get this correct, is illegal under the IT Act. To a certain extent, technically so.
That was Swami's argument, and Election Commission never counted it also.
Interesting point.
And, as per IT Act, there should be a slip.
Right.
There should be a verifiable slip should be given. So, see, our laws has lot of problems.
Right.
It is a mingling of IT Act. It is a mingling of People's Representation Act. So our system for this issue has been 2009 onwards. This case started. 4 years Election Commission played all the tricks. I may say in the court also, Election Commission's advocate. I was a witness to all these arguments.
Right.
Election Commission's advocate was former Attorney General Ashok Desai. He was also telling so many lies. Because it's a matter in the court. You can argue, advocates, Mahatma Gandhi said that advocates profession, lawyers profession is a liar's profession. When you go to a court, you can see they will say anything.
Right.
And unfortunately, media will report all what lawyers says. Lawyers will, and Election Commission said a lot of things. You will laugh. They said that in Trivandrum, printing machines are not available. Chirapunji, printing machines are not available. These computer printers are not available in Trivandrum. That is why that kind of arguments they have made.
All right.
But anyway, they agreed court, it was Justice Sadashivam was that the judge, now he is Chief Justice. He told, you agree or let us pass the order. At last, Election Commission agreed. And 6 months ago, this 3,000 crore, only all over India, this VVPAT machine, water verifiable slip attached for this purpose, you need only 3,000 crore. That's a pittance for
Yes.
election expenses.
Yes.
And but Election Commission, I feel they have some sort of mindset which they are also not changing.
All right. So perhaps there is resistance to change. I don't know, a larger conspiracy at
Well,
hand.
not conspiracy.
Not conspiracy, but
I feel it's a mindset. And what Professor said is winners. If you are a loser, you will complain everything.
So at least
If
you
are
can't blame yourself, you at least have somebody else to blame for your loss. I'd just like to remind all of viewers that you too can join in this conversation. IndiaPostLive.com is the name of the website. We'd love to have you as a Skype guest, as any comments that you have, you can post it over there. Hashtag IndiaPostLive to your tweets to participate in this conversation. We have in fact a Skype caller that is coming in right now. Mr. Jaskirat Singh joins us from Chandigarh. He's an RTI activist over there and has been working as far as the democracy front goes, working with a lot of organizations and been doing a lot of work. Thanks very much for coming. And Jaskirat, your comments about EVMs and whether they can be rigged or not.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And I think this is a very interesting topic, the EVMs. And see, so far the EVMs have, I think, served us well. They have taken care of a huge amount of work as well as risk that was involved with the ballot boxes also. So I believe done well, they can handle things pretty well. But then, of course, the technology risk part of it that keeps coming every now and then. That the technology can be rigged, that the technology can be, basically compromised.
Yeah.
That is definitely something that the Election Commission must remain very, very vigilant and careful about. And I think from what we have been hearing and what our experience so far has been, I think we have confidence in the EVMs. At least I personally feel the EVMs are, still I think they are safe. That is my opinion.
All right, interesting point to make. I'll just get in a tweet. Vikas Huda has tweeted in that, and he's surprised at your comment. He's saying that EVMs illegal under the IT Act, 3 question marks. Are we sleeping? This is a liar, government on fire.
It is a Supreme Court case.
Right.
Government never questioned it. IT Act, they said that it's a violation of, we can't say illegal. They said that there is a violations of IT Act. Because Twitter problem is people you may say anything,
right.
But they said that there is a violation in IT Act. IT Act, when you use a machine, there should be a receipt. There is no such receipt is coming in this EVMs.
Yes.
When you swipe your card,
You get a receipt.
You get a receipt. That is IT Act is, I am not sure of this section
for
now.
every electronic transaction,
every
there has to be
electronic
a paper
transaction,
trail,
there
basically.
should be a receipt. So that was the argument where Election Commission conceded to that argument. Yes, we agree. These are all the court process, part of the court, but we cannot say illegal. But there is a violation of IT Act is there in this machine.
All right. We'll get back to Jaskirat, but as far as from here on, this election, how it's shaping up, 20,000 booths, as you'd said, would be having that paper trail.
Yeah.
But still, then I can expect by the 16th of May, somebody coming up and saying that it was all rigged, the one whoever loses.
That will go on and go on and go. This complaints only. But you cannot.
But globally, is there a mechanism? You've seen other elections, probably other election processes internationally by the US, the American system. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Any other system that is foolproof for voting? Is there any other way?
In American also problem. That Bush and
We had the
Florida case, there is a problem. And they quarreled each other. And even over phone, president candidates quarreled each other and they were never considered also. And Indian election system is different. You cannot compare how much population we have. America is around below they are one tenth of our Indian population and system, but you cannot compare. We have to evolve our own system, and VVAPT, full endorsement of VVAPT is a nice thing. Election Commission agreed, Supreme Court agreed, Government of India agreed, but they didn't implement it properly.
From a layman's perspective, you're saying that the receipts are then deposited right then and there. It's not going out. So that
it's not going
for
out.
a viewer who might think that I might take my slip out and somebody might harass me and find out who I voted for.
No, you can see, and it will come for some few seconds. There you can see where you have voted. Then it will go to, you cannot touch it also. There, then it will go to the box.
All right.
And this box is attached to machine.
All right, interesting bit over there about the EVMs. What do you think about the electronic voting machines? Do you think your vote is safe in this election of 2014? Write into us. IndiaPostLive.com is the name of the website. You can go there, log in and post your comments over there. You can also come on Skype and be part of this conversation. And also hashtag IndiaPostLive to your tweets to participate in this conversation. We have Jaskirat Singh back with us. Jaskirat, would you like to add anything to this conversation? Jaskirat, can you hear me?
I think let us become a little bit positive.
All right.
We should all go vote.
All right. So it is a lot of fear mongering that is happening.
Fear mongering, doubts, and social media. Everybody uses this kind of doubts. Let us be positive.
Yesterday it was big all over social media. Hashtag BJP.
Social media, you can say anything, sir. And let us go to polling booth. Let us vote. Let us ink, and let us wait for May 16.
We'll have to wait.
We have to wait. And these losers will say like this.
Right.
Some losers will say like this, and there will be, because it's proven, this machine can be faulty in somewhere, because some machine, because all the election, let us become practical, all the election commission stuff.
What is the error proof rate, if I may say so, as they say? I mean, any idea?
No idea. Because 1%, 2% where people were telling, and you see the election commission staffers are not their own staffers. They are all your Purana SHO and Purana government servants on deputation.
Right.
And this is a mindset, and we will have to this thing.
All right, that's
who are all the election staffers?
I'd like to talk about, but I'll just like to get Jaskirat back into the conversation. Jaskirat, you wanted to add something?
I'm sorry I missed a good part of the conversation. So
no, we're just talking about EVMs and the fact that there is perhaps no foolproof method, and we just have to live with that. Does that give you or enthuse the confidence in you that your vote is safe and secure for the 2014 election, who you vote for?
Well, that is what I said in my last comment, that last a decade and a half or so, the EVMs, it seems they have served us well. They at least took care of booth capturing, and there used to be issues that were quite big as well. And now that the issue of the risk of tampering, etc., is being raised every election, I believe, and I think the election commission has responded well with what they are calling a paper trail that they plan to have in some of the EVMs. I believe some percentage.
20,000, only 20,000 machines.
Out of a million booths.
20,000 machines only.
Right, so things begin somewhere, right? So it was not there in the last election. So if it is there in this election, I believe that is a step forward, and I think that will happen as we go. Hopefully those 20,000 will raise our confidence level.
All right, thanks very much, Jaskirat, for coming in. We'd love to have you join in the conversation more often. Write into us if you have anything to add to about our other conversations, and we'd love to have you on board. IndiaPostLive.com is the name of the website. You can log in and post your comments over there. Also, hashtag IndiaPostLive to your tweets, and you can participate in this conversation. Gopi, I'll give you the last word. There's no party rigging the elections. It's not the BJP rigging the elections, and the Congress didn't rig the 2009 elections. Let's put it like that.
Let's become positive. Let's go to polling station. Let us participate in this super democracy.
Right.
This is the biggest election world is watching.
And
let
we
us
love
wait.
our
Let us wait for May 16th.
All right.
Let us enjoy the results.
So there on May 16th, probably we'll sit down and discuss once again whether the EVMs are faulty in this election or not, depending upon who makes that allocation, the winner or the
allegations will come. India, nothing is.
It's an open democracy. That's the wonder of a democracy.
We have no full stop, or otherwise we will come out with fresh allegations.
All right. On that note, Gopi, thanks very much for coming in. Jaskira, thank you very much for joining in this conversation. Well, that's it. The conversations, of course, continue right here on IndiaPostLive.com. Thanks so much for joining in.